Yenda and her 5 chicks. Dedicated 5 chicks. Episode 11. Big Crest didn't say goodbye. Spring came again. White Chubby, Big Crest, and Little Red Face reached age 7. They weren't as active as before, but Little Red Face still sang happily whenever she saw Yenda. Sometimes, when Yenda entered backyard, the hens wouldn't run towards her, but they just sat under the eave of the southern wall, enjoying the sunshine, or took a dust bath. Chickens love taking dust baths. It's their way to get rid of mice. They were rocking and rolling in the soft soil, while flapping their wings, ruffling their feathers, rubbing their heads, and scratching the dry dirt with one leg and then the other. They looked so funny and joyful. The hens had more freedom than before. Yenda often let them go to the front yard. Once, White Chubby led Big Crest and Little Red Face across the street and to the other side of the road. "Why do you hens cross the street?" When Yenda found them, Yenda asked. White Chubby answered,
"Mama, I like the green grass here."
Big Crest went,
"Mama, I like the green grass too."
Little Red Face sang,
"Mama, the grass on the other side is greener."
That was a fun day. Yenda held Little Red Face in her arms, walking back home. The other 2 hens followed closely. Big Crest cried,
"Mama, why don't you hold me? You love me less. Why?"
Yenda lied. "I love all of you the same, but you often tease Little Red Face, and so I have to protect her."
"No, Mama, I didn't bully her. I'm just jealous."
Big Crest cried. Yenda felt guilty, since she knew she often neglected Big Crest. When they reached the backyard, Yenda put Little Red Face on the ground and picked up Big Crest. She held her in her arms for a while. Big Crest was so content. She put her head under Yenda's armpit and went to sleep. That was a normal evening. Before it was dark, the hens had gone back to the coop. The following day, when Yenda opened the door for the hens, Little Red Face said good morning to Yenda as usual and jumped out first, and then White Chubby came out too. But Big Crest was still lying in the nest box. Yenda called her, but she didn't answer nor open her eyes. Then Yenda realized Big Crest had gone to another world. Her face was so calm, and she looked like she was still sleeping. "Goodbye, Big Crest." Yenda put her in a box and covered her with all kinds of flowers, red, pink, golden, and white. "Rest in peace, my baby," Yenda murmured to Big Crest. Then Yenda let her take the last sunbath for a whole day. That evening, Yenda buried Big Crest under a tree. Somehow, Yenda saw baby Big Crest standing under a tree and said,
"Mama, this is my home. I won't leave. I'm always here."